This is me, your spook in Seattle. So anyway, it appears that in light of the president's, impetus toward striking Syria with airstrikes, if not boots on the ground, and there's a sort of widespread disagreement with him. Some politicians for, most of them against. But he does have authorization from Congress to proceed. The only thing is, as you're aware, Vietnam was a messy war, very messy, very messy. And oddly enough, Vietnam, strictly speaking, wasn't actually a war. I mean, really. Even though it looked like a war, it wasn't. It was more like an exercise, a vast, beastly exercise, as was Korea, strangely enough. But it was bloody. So, here's the thing. Point of fact. Buddhist monks in Vietnam, during the Vietnam quote-unquote war, would set themselves on fire, called self-immolation. Yesterday in Westlake Center, Westlake Park, I saw a display of people, Chinese apparently, decrying the use of police rule in China against their whatever particular motivation they had, I'm not sure. But there was a poster 9, repeat, poster 9. And that poster 9 had one of their leaders during the Vietnam era apparently setting himself on fire. No, strike that. Not during the Vietnam era. In January 2001, which is a key date, I think. 2001. And which they indicated was propaganda. It was not true, that he may have died, but he didn't kill himself. Now, yesterday, because, God help me, I have this really weird connection to you all. Anyway, I was able to discern that the people in Seattle, unfortunately, as are almost all people, if you want to call them people, become utterly and fantastically corrupt in ways it isn't easy to describe. But apparently, there was a man, at least one man, possibly two men, who, because they were motivated by, essentially terrorists, but they're not actually terrorists, something like terrorists, to martyr themselves by setting themselves on fire in protest against Obama. But because I actually saw the man, one of the men, ready and willing to set himself on fire with gasoline, which is, of course, pretty nasty. I was actually seeing him right there, not too far from this new store that opened up, Arc'teryx or something, some weird name. Sort of like a dinosaur name, isn't it? Anyway, I actually saw him. I took some video of him. I uploaded it to YouTube. And he was dissuaded, I guess because of that, from doing what he wanted to do because the terrorists, the quote-unquote, whatever they are, had promised to take care of his children. In fact, one of them stood on the street corner screaming at the police, saying, take care of your children, take care of your children, which is essentially saying, well, we promise if you kill yourself, do what we want and we'll take care of your children forever and ever. Send them through to college and everything. Anyway, but this is a sick society. I mean, absolutely sick. This whole world is sick. But the thing is, though, today, it's even closer to the deadline that Obama has set for himself. Tomorrow, Tuesday, September 10th, 2013, to discuss with the American people, sort of like a fireside chat. Interesting play on words, huh? Fire. And it apparently means that if someone, because of their money, money rules, could coerce or otherwise elicit someone, probably a junkie. Junkies have nothing to live for anyway. To set themselves on fire in a public place in such a way and leave a note or a video saying they did it in protest against the government, against against Obama, etc. You know, sad thing. This could draw incredibly energetic media attention, and this, of course, could lead to disaster. Not for the man that burned himself up because he wanted to, because, well, junkies have nothing to live for. Like dogs. Actually, dogs do have something to live for. Dogs are great. Junkies aren't. They're nasty. They're nasty. Oh, God. Awful things. I mean, all they want to do is shoot up and die. And, of course, but anyway, I'm just telling you, right, I'm on the march now. I'm trying to get some intel to give you a better handle on circumstance, at least in this local venue, i.e. Seattle. But I might be able to extend my feelers like a cockroach or a mosquito or a spider further if I can get the intel and get the fuck out of here in one piece. Anyway, this is Operations Officer Windfall, also known as, you know, the Big D. Big D, the Big Devil. There's no little devil. Anyway, I gotta go. Bye.